All right, guys, welcome to our first commercial. I almost want to treat it like a yacht club kind of thing where, it's access to private deals, everything like that. And we're starting to, mix or have drinks, that sort of thing. And for me, a little bit, I'm Brett Sikora. A lot of you might know me from up north. I do a lot in Hoboken, Jersey City area. We have some folks down here from that. I run a large residential team. We do, 200 plus million, 300 million per year in transactions. Last June, we made the decision to get more into commercial. And for me, a lot of my passion wasn't necessarily to just do commercial, but to be in the 10 million plus deals. I know you 2 to 8, we're like, okay, that's cool too. But we really want life-changing commissions. I mean, we have LOIs out on like an $18 million property right now. It's a $740,000 commission. And I can tell you guys, I do well on the residential side of things, but I can't call my wife and say, I want to go buy a $300,000 car without getting yelled at. So the idea is making enough money, doing the big enough deals. Jackie and I are working on, some pretty big stuff right now as well, so that you can call your wife and say, I'm gonna go get a 50-foot azimuth or something. I earned it, this check's big. One of the checks that we had come through our organization with Jerry, it was $125 million. It was a $2.1 million commission. Like, that's life-changing commissions around this. And for any of the residential brokers in here, that came from a summer rental in Atlantic City. Person reached out. They happened to be the acquisitions manager for Related, which, if anybody knows New York City, they own Hudson Yards, very big company. She started to have those conversations around knowing a little bit about commercial, enough about commercial, to find herself in the middle of a $125 million transaction. So that deal closed, and that's really our purpose, our mission, if you're on the residential side of things, to get into that. And then from my residential side of things, I know how to coach the heck out of agents, and Henry does as well. So if you're already a commercial broker, our goal is to make sure that you're not getting tied up in that retail office lease or retail lease with, say, a $15,000 commission, that you're really focused on the reason why you originally chose to get into commercial real estate, that you're really unlocking your true potential and netting 7 figures in income. So that's a little bit about what we're doing, what we're about. Right now we have trainings on Mondays and Wednesdays, and we're just figuring out a better and better and better way to collaborate. So we wanted to do this. We wanted to bring everybody together. We hope to continue to grow it. We've got some great lending partners here as well. You guys will hear from them, and kind of hand it off to you, Henry.
Yeah, first off, and again, thank you guys for coming. It means a lot. This is going to be one of many, and we're going to be changing around the locations of these just so we can kind of be as inclusive as possible with people all over the state. But like Brett had said, a big part of this is really finding like-minded people who want to get into the investment world and build something special. I was in the residential world for quite a long time, built up to over 100 sales a year. Burnt out, working 100 hours a week just to make any decent money in this business. And I was like, you know what, something, this can't make any sense, right? There's no way that this is the only way to make good money in this business, and that's why I started transitioning into the commercial world. Me and Brett have been friends for a very, very long time. We figured, why don't we continue to get more and more like-minded people in a room, build something special of people who just want to do big deals, not only in the state of New Jersey, but hopefully all around the country one day. So that's kind of what this is all about, and we thank you for being at one of the first events ever. This is going to be special. So what I also want to do here today is I want to do a little bit of training, like we talked about, and then I also want to do some pitching of deals. So if every one of you were here at the previous event, we did a little bit of deal pitching. We're going to start doing that at all of our events as well. We have another event we're also going to pitch at the very end, so make sure you remind me, which will be the next one we have going on. So let's talk about the training, and then we'll dive into the pitch.
If we're talking about the residential side of things, or if we're talking about commercial agents, and we're talking about focusing on the price points and how to really elevate the game there. One of the things that comes up often for us, Scott, I'll use you as an example, we're Hoboken, Jersey City. We see 10-unit buildings all the time. Here in Keyport, right around the corner, there's a new family, or a new, I would say it's probably an 8-unit, but it looks like a newer build right around the corner. And I heard somebody else, Jack, was telling us about a new build coming through as well. And we constantly step over those transactions, and it really isn't a difficult conversation to have with the consumer around it. And a lot of times we run into like mom and pop landlords. It's easy to know more than they know about what's going on. They may have inherited the building. Pro tip, if you're searching commercial buildings on the tax records, 5 units and up, mixed use, something like this, and they own it in their own name, it means that they either bought it a really long time ago and have no debt, or they own it outright, because everything they can tell you from the funding side of things requires an LLC at this point. Or at least what I've seen, and correct me if I'm wrong. If you're looking to prospect transactions, and there's always people like Jackie can tell you a million deals that she needs, we have the systems and tools. It's pretty easy to find, folks' contact information through Reonomy, through CoStar, and the conversations are pretty simple. I mean, Jackie, what's like a example of somebody that's looking for something right now, like a 3 to 5 million? You have a warehouse deal or something?
Yeah, so some of the smaller, either multifamily or warehouses or mixed uses, that's where you get a lot of demand. But when Brett and I are speaking, of course, we're shooting for like the moon and the stars and the overall atmosphere on the $100 million land plays, or just their office-based development to try to convert that and put a buyer and a seller together and get an LOI in. So we try and do that every week.
Yeah, so like, and if we're using that owner-occupant, light industrial type of client, it's not uncommon for somebody to own, maybe it's a wood shop, maybe they do a little shipping and delivery, something like that, something lighter than like what an Amazon would use the space for. And you're just calling through these warehouses, you find the owners and you have conversations with them about whether or not they'd be looking to sell. It's a pretty simple thing. And what we're doing is just making sure that we hold you accountable to actually move towards that. Hit your number of contacts. If anybody's on the residential side of things, it's the same thing. You gotta have conversations with folks. And we make sure that it's super purposeful. And if you have the buyer, if you have the people looking for certain things, it makes that conversation open up in a much easier way. That's kind of like, you know, what we're doing on the training side of things. That's the simplicity of this, is having conversations with folks that have, you know, more zeros behind the properties that they own. You, at the end of the day, get paid more from that. So we have accountability, we have the trainings, we have the coaching, and we'll make sure that you know what it is that you need to know. And then another thing, well, you're going to talk about the deal side of things too, and bringing deals and stuff. Yeah. But I forgot to mention, like one of the fun things that I thought when we were first coming up with the idea of this concept is going forward, like the admission, the way to get into the club is bring an off-market deal. So you'll find like she needs something, you need something for clients. Everybody kind of needs something, and we want to start creating that exchange that everybody's kind of sharing it around. Exactly right. And yeah, we'll shoot an email out after this. If anybody needs to get on our time, on our schedule privately, we're available for that. But yeah.
Sure. Yeah, and like a big piece of also what we've been talking about with the training side is just sort of like, which blends with the deals, is that we're gonna have, like, the whole purpose of this is now we're gonna have these deals being pitched live. So if you guys have clientele, right, that are looking for a certain product, whatever, whether it's development, retail, multifamily, anything across the state of New Jersey, imagine being able to go to some place where the entire purpose of that event is not like a Facebook group where you're going to see like a little teeny post about a deal and you don't know if it's legitimate or not, but like actually having it done live where someone's going to come up here, I'm going to have a few of you come up here and actually pitch a deal live. And now it's like, oh hey, guess what? I have a buyer for that. We had that last time. We're like, hey, someone had a deal. They pitched the deal, and then we had someone who was possibly interested in possibly purchasing right then and there. So that's the community we want to be able to build, where like deals can be done that quickly just by talking about it. Because what ends up happening is like everyone just doesn't talk about it. They might talk. Oh, I got a big deal that I'm working on, but hey, tell me about it. And let's try to do some business together. Anything else you want to add? Or
yeah, I was just saying we've identified a big disconnect between commercial brokers as a whole. Certainly any residential agents in here could attest to the fact that commercial brokers don't usually give a shit about who they are either.
That's right.
So we're creating more of a friendlier kind of community around that, and
exactly.
Hoping to do more deals, which at the end of the day just benefits the buyers and sellers in this space.
Exactly right. Yeah. So I talked to a few of you guys. If you guys have deals, I want to start doing the pitch,
cool.
And we'll kick that off. So right now, I know I've prepped some of you guys with this before. So if you have a off-market deal, you can raise your hand real quick because I'm going to call on one of you guys to go up. So Jay, do you want to go first?
Sure.
Awesome. And I have a prize afterwards for for some of you guys who are participating. Okay, so you're not going to get nothing. Okay. So thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So what I want you to do here is I want you to talk to the cameras here and everyone here who's listening, is that I want you to talk about the deal that you have off market and how we can possibly support.
Yeah, so just to introduce myself, I kind of showed up late. My name's Jason Silverman, multifamily investor and developer. Most of our work is up north in Hudson County. Right now we're building 6 condos, single family house as well in Jersey City. The 6 condos are in Union City, which is generally a tougher place to build if any of you are familiar with that town, but we find a competitive advantage by being able to build there. We've partnered with a builder who lives there, works there, knows the system. So
awesome. So tell us about the deal.
The deal itself, I mean, we're building the 6 condos, right? So for the residential, if it's okay to go into the residential side, the residential product will be probably some of the best condos that are going to be in that market. 2,600 square feet. Layouts, duplex style, outdoor space, parking. We look for all of those ingredients, especially in that area. For us, we're not going to build or create any other products that don't allow us to have those 3 or 4 ingredients. So location, layout, huge, almost 2,700 square feet, outdoor space. There's going to be EV hookups, so green technology, built LEED certified. So if you're looking for that type of product, they're currently off market. We're about to start construction. They'll be done next June. Development takes a little bit of time. So if you do have buyers that are looking in that area, it's going to be a great product. We're working with Chartier Homes, who's done multiple projects, Jersey City, Hoboken, 8 units, 6 units, specializes in condo sales or condo products. So we've teamed up, we've handled the capital, we handle the financing, we've created a team to develop those types of products.
Cool. If anyone has a condo buyer, make sure we get in touch with Jay.
Awesome. The price point, the blend will be about 1.25. So at 2,700 square feet, we're at
Per unit.
per unit.
Yep.
We're about 418 a square foot, which is significantly less than the square footage that of current product.
Awesome.
So
Thank you, Jay.
Cool.
Appreciate it. Thank
Thanks.
you. All right, Joe, you want to go next? Joe, thank you for coming on. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right, so we're talking investment deals. We're talking, if you guys have investors, I know you have something special for us. So what kind of investment deal you guys want to pitch for us?
What's going on, guys? My name is Joe Spinella. I'm Director of Commercial with KW. So I've been in commercial real estate for 5 years, and this opportunity is definitely a sweet one. It's 234,000 square feet of office space. It was the old Johnson & Johnson headquarters. Now, the kicker is that if, most of you guys know, to build new construction right now, or at the market rate, you're talking about $200 a square foot, about so. For this building, it's 40 acres, you'd be talking about 50 million plus as far as to construct this building, or to purchase it mostly occupied. The beauty of it is it's 10% occupied, 90% vacant. Right now, the price point is about $7 million, so it's $30 a foot. It is Class A. There's a cafeteria, there's a gym, there's a yoga studio, and everything is mostly turnkey. We got the call on Friday. The issue was that 4 partners, one passed away, but he was the money man. With that being said, they weren't able to continue the project. They were looking to make it more of like a Bellworks, WeWork kind of scenario, but when the funding, dried up, they weren't able to continue the project, so they're in a time crunch, so it's gonna be probably by next week as we need a offer or a letter of intent, but there's definitely a huge opportunity to make some very good money there for all of us, like you mentioned earlier.
Just to recap, Class A office building, 234,000 square feet, it's $7 million, it's about $30 a square foot, 10% occupied, 90% vacant.
Yes, it's right outside Princeton, about, I would say, 5 minutes from downtown.
Awesome value add deal. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. That's awesome. If you guys have any buyers or any questions, let's rock and roll. Anybody have any questions real quick? You're gonna get his information? Absolutely. Guess what? You're gonna win a Starbucks gift card. Thank you for being on the show. I appreciate that. Look at that. Thank you. Awesome.
Blueberry muffin toasted.
Yeah, that's right. How you doing, Dan? Thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. All right, I heard you have a special strip center for us to talk about.
Yeah, so my name is Daniel Keenan. I'm a part of Joseph Spinella's KW commercial team. What I have is down in South Jersey by Wildwood. It's called Rio Grande. I have 79,000 square foot strip center. It's around, there's a lot of upside for it. It has about 22,000 square feet that's currently vacant, and it's not being, currently renovated the way it should, taken care of. One of the money partners actually currently died, so it's in a kind of distressed kind of mode. They're looking to sell it. I actually went down there today, picked up some rent roll because he's an older guy who doesn't know how to really email stuff, but they're looking for around 5.5 for the building, and it's a good opportunity. It's on 5 acres of land. Excited to work on it.
Yeah, so I think it was what you said, 70, how big?
79,000.
79,000 square foot strip center, 22,000 square feet is vacant. They're looking for, how much a square foot on this one?
It's around
Like 70?
Yeah, around 70.
Right, $70
Right under
a square foot, just under $70 a square foot. Major value add on this deal is a kind of dilapidated property, needs a lot of love, but you're buying it at a steal of the price, a lot of upside. And it's got a Family Dollar or Verizon. It's got some decent tenants there as well. So definitely an awesome opportunity. Yeah. Anybody have any questions on the deal? Address? Oh yeah, we're gonna get the addresses. Don't worry. Thank you for playing on the game show. I appreciate it. You're gonna win a Starbucks gift card. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Awesome. All right, Cole, come on up.
How you doing, guys?
Cole, thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
All right, what deal are we talking about?
Talking about an 8-unit property down in South Jersey. First, I want to say, before you interrupted me, I've been working under Joe and Henry for 6 months, and I couldn't even form a sentence in my first phone call if you heard me. But this property is an 8-unit property in Camden County. It's bringing in around $100,000 a year right now, gross, I would say, and netting $70,000. $950 to $1,200 is what it's bringing in right now per unit. So there's definitely room to bring up the rents, and major room for the outside. It's a pretty ugly building, but they're asking $825,000 right now, and yeah, we got this one a little while back, and we're already getting seller financing offers of around $1 million, I think. So we got a lot of people interested in this one.
All right, so really quick, it's a mixed-use deal down in Glendora, down in South Jersey. Okay, 8 total units. So it has a couple of apartments and I think mostly office, right?
Yeah, two units, office and retail.
In office and retail, beautiful. So mixed-use property. I think it's over an 8 cap on this one as well.
8.5 cap going.
8.5 cap. So if you have any investors who are looking for over an 8 cap, it's an awesome opportunity. Also some value add options because you can increase the rents. Awesome. Any questions on this deal? 825,000 value add, 8 plus cap. Awesome. Thank you for being on. I got a Starbucks gift card for you as well. Don't worry. And Jay, I did not forget about you, but I did forget that I had them in my pocket. So no worries. Who here also has another off-market deal?
Actually, I have one.
Let's do it. Let's do it, Brett. You're gonna come on.
Yeah, I have. I own a building it's upstate New York, out in Olean, New York. So it's about 5 hours west of New York City. We're gonna be listing it probably next week or the following week for higher than, probably up in the sixes or so. It's a lower price point. Single tenant. It's an old hospital that was converted to office space. Single tenant law office signed on to a lease till 2030. The 7 cap at 539, and then there's 10,000 square feet unfinished space that you could, I actually think like a co-working space would work well there. It's about 20,000 square feet.
20,000 square feet.
He called it a haunted house. It actually used to be a hospital, so it probably is haunted. But yeah, it's just a clean operating. The law office is backed by the state of New York.
Okay.
So I don't know if anybody's read about Western New York, but they have a bad. The tenants aren't so great. Let's say like the lower quality tenant. They actually are the ones that support them for free. So they're backed by, government money, pay their rent every single month, and they've been there.
So 50% of the building's vacant?
Correct.
Got it. And it brings in how much money with that current tenant?
About $4,300 a month.
$4,300 a month. Cool. So like you said day one, it's a what cap?
You're a 7 cap at 540.
With 50% vacancy.
And that's with management, repairs and maintenance, everything in there.
That's awesome. And so it's a 20,000 square foot building, and at 539, that puts you at like what, 26 bucks a foot, 27 bucks a foot?
Yep.
All right, awesome. So again, if you have anybody who's looking out of state, this sounds like an awesome opportunity. If you need any information, let's grab Brett's information. Thank you, man.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Who else has got an off-market deal? Let's talk about off-market deals. The whole purpose of these types of events is that we want to continue to bring the investment-minded agents into these rooms where they can start pitching these deals, and eventually, again, we're going to do a deal live. One day, you will see, we're going to get a contract signed live right after the deal's pitched, so I love that. Any questions on any of the deals real quick before we wrap up today? Any questions? I know we kind of went pretty quick. I just want to say thank you guys for joining us today. Our next event, Matt, you want to come up and talk about the quickly next event? And I know we're going to do another one as well.
Yeah, August 10th, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. It's here. So same thing, we're gonna...
One more time, the date and time?
August 10th, it's Thursday, second Thursday of next month. And
Awesome.
6:30, 8:30 p.m.
So again, if you guys, we'd love to see you there. We're going to do another deal pitching session at that event. So make sure you bring your off-market opportunities. I don't care if it's a single family or a condo, or it's a 234,000 square foot office building with a lot of upside. If you're still watching this video, that means to me that you're a committed real estate agent and you're looking to take your life and business to the next level. I'm just curious, why have you yet to schedule your free, no obligation coaching consultation? All you have to do is simply go in the description down below, and people are telling me this call has been the most unbelievable, the most powerful call they've had in their entire career. And here's just a few of the individuals who have taken full advantage of this call. And my mission is to support as many realtors as possible, build a 6- and 7-figure net income business so that they don't have to rely on this industry anymore for their everyday income. If you're a committed realtor, which I can seem like you are, all you have to simply do to take full advantage of this free coaching consultation is to go in the description down below and schedule your free call now.